on, everybody? TwoWheelTrigger. Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there. It is Sunday, Mother's Day. We've done all the festivities at home, did what my wife asked me to do, and it's just too pretty today not to get out on the bike for just a few minutes. So here we are, just gonna kind of take a little ride around, maybe be gone for an hour. I don't know. She's having a good time using the things that she got for Mother's Day out in the yard. It's been a pretty good week, so everybody's been getting along great. Finished up my last week of the class that I was in the last video. I kind of talked about it. Intro to Pharmacology was one of the classes I had to take for the major that I was in, and that is over. The only thing pending right now is to find out if I squeaked by with an A, or if I'm gonna have a very high B average, and that all comes down to how I did on a paper I had to write, a research paper, as well as what was the other thing? Oh, some discussion stuff that you have to do. So you got to write a post and then reply to 2 other people in your class, and usually I get a pretty good grade on that, so we'll see. Either way, I start 2 new classes for the first half of summer on Monday, and so today is kind of like my last day of freedom before that crap sets in. So the season's upon us. You guys are going to be seeing a lot of the dirt glide for a while. Being an adult sucks. If you guys have been watching the other videos, you know that my son was bit by a cottonmouth snake back in January. The 2 days in January that were actually kind of nice. It was warm enough that cottonmouth snakes apparently were feeling kind of frisky, so they were out. And he went to a place where, I don't want to say he shouldn't have been, because he had permission to go there, but it just probably wasn't the smartest idea. And so he went there, and he wasn't paying, I don't want to say he wasn't paying attention either. He just didn't see the snake. And if you know what a cottonmouth looks like, and you know what their natural habitats look like, you can understand why he didn't see it. Nonetheless, it bit him on the hand, left hand. We had to take him to the ER, of course. He got 6 vials of Crofab antivenom at the hospital here in town. They transferred him to a children's hospital about an hour away, where he got another 6 vials as a maintenance dose. I'm starting to realize why my back tire is probably not going to last very long. But yeah, so anyway, lots of medical bills, lots of bills. Thank you to our government that's not making anything more affordable. So I had to come up with a plan to free up some budget. And unfortunately, that is the road glide. So my baby, my stage 4 2022 Apex Factory Custom Road Glide Limited with amber and white Baja LP6s, Chromework slip-ons, custom dynamics underglows and rear lighting, Clockworks windscreen, 12-inch, I can't remember the name of the brand, meat hook handlebars, is sitting at my dealership on consignment, and I'm not happy about it at all. I absolutely love that bike. I hate to say that I was proud to have it, but you know, I was proud of it. The way it came together, it turns heads, you know, in the good way, not the way you get laughed at, right? But it was definitely a hell yeah brother type bike, and thankfully I've got some really good people that work at the dealership that are trying to help me come out of that for what I owe in it. Just like anything, if you put enough miles on it, it's going to be hard to keep the value. But there's enough extras on it that it should wash. And if I can get what I owe out of it, then that frees up a substantial chunk of change every month I'm very fortunate that this bike is paid for by the dealership classes that I teach. I teach enough classes throughout the year that each class kind of makes a payment on this, and this is an asset of my teaching business, which is going to somewhat morph into this YouTube business. That way, this kind of riding can become, you know, a leg of that business. We're going to swing over here. I'm not going to go into Flying Iron Harley Davidson, but I am going to come close enough that I could do a check-in on the app. And then that way, I can get some points. Because points equal free money. And that's probably one of the best things that Harley's done for their riders, is give them money. So we'll come right here. We'll pause. We'll check in. We'll click it again. We'll click it again. We'll click it again. We'll click it again. My fingers suck. Or maybe it's just the app that sucks. Resume. Check in. Yes, this thing is such a piece of crap. Okay, Harley, fix that garbage, please. Your app is trash. There, I said it. Anyway. So, we'll resume our trip. Where was I? So this is going to be, you know, the videos are going to be a leg of the business. And hopefully I can go out, do some cone work, do some, you know, talk through rides, where I just kind of verbalize everything that I'm looking for, seeing, talking about, you know, trying to give other riders an idea of what I'm seeing, what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. Yeah, and that's how we all get better. But the bike is up at Tobacco Road Harley Davidson in Raleigh, North Carolina. They washed it up. It's sitting up there. One of the guys took pictures of it and shared those with me. He's a photographer as well as the manager over the Riding Academy, and sent me a couple pictures, and they look great, and it sucks because it just makes me want my bike more. But hopefully we're able to sell that, and that again frees up a good chunk of change that I can use towards paying some of these medical bills and, you know, trying to unbury myself from, I'm just gonna say it, Biden-Harris. Yeah. So I guess you know, hard decisions is a part of this message. That's kind of what's weighing on my mind right now. Sometimes you have to let go of things, and that's not an easy thing for me. I hold on to things for a long time, not just physical things, thoughts, emotions, whatever it may be. I may appear to get over something very quickly, because that's the reality. I do appear to get over something very quickly. On the other hand, I don't forget for a very long time. So if you did me dirty at some point in the past, trust me, I remember. I just might have forgiven you, but I didn't forget. So making the hard decision sucks, but ultimately, if it's meant to be, there will be a buyer. I'll walk away clean from the bike. You know, somebody's going to probably offer it some stupid ass price, and they're going to call me and say, hey, this dude offered whatever, and I'm going to say no, because ultimately, if it sells for too little, then I have to pay that difference, and every bit that I have to pay is another length of time before selling it is a realized savings, right? Like, just for example, if I let it go for $10,000 less than what I owe on it, I have to come up with $10,000 before selling it made any difference towards the immediate need. So why not at that point just keep it, you know? So, you know, if it's close, I'll let it go if it's something reasonable. But other than that, I don't really want to sell it. You know, it's a fun bike. First time I've ever crossed country, also happened to be the first time I ever crossed country on a motorcycle. Also happened to be the first time I ever saw the states that I was in, you know? It all happened on that bike. So I got a lot of good memories with it, and I don't want to sell it. Even my family said, you know, that they like this bike, but they really would rather, you know, ride on the Road Glide. The problem is they don't really ride with me all that often. So it is what it is. I'm just rambling at this point. I think I'll let everybody go. Sometimes you have to make a hard decision. And you know the hard decision is the right decision. And you know that because it's not the easy decision. That's kind of where I'm sitting right now. I work a lot. I have a lot on me. So, you know, I feel like I should reap rewards from that, but I still have this bike, right? Like, yes, I have to work an extra job, really, for this bike, but I still have it. So if I can coordinate teaching through these videos, well, then there you go. I get to ride this bike and teach, and it all washes out under the business. There's gray area in there, sure, but we'll figure that all out together. Don't be afraid to make the hard decisions, hard choices in life. Yeah. Guys, on that, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna do some riding, and if you ride, keep the rubber on the road. Peace.